Hello everyone, so we're back today. It's going to be a different episode. We're going to have a bit of a discussion actually. Now recently, we saw some news come out. Firstly, the Epic Store was coming out. We were very excited for it. And we are kind of still excited for it.
Less so.
Less so now, really. It was announced and we thought, baby, we're going to have an actual competitor to Steam. But now more and more information has come out in terms of the refund policy, how the whole thing's going to run. And the big thing is there's going to be some exclusives on there, right? Now we're not
PC
sure.
gamers, we don't do the whole exclusive things, man.
Yeah,
we're above that. The PC Master Race looks down on the console plebs.
Totally.
And says, that's for you guys. We have ascended to Master Race status. No, just we don't want either.
No, we don't.
Epic Games, you weren't even speaking in your clapping.
Sorry, hello.
Epic Games has more money than God right now.
Totally.
Okay, like they're just rolling in so much cash because of Fortnite. And they're like, what are we going to spend it on? So they decide they're going to set up a store. Now, one of the things they announced with that store is they're going to have an 88-12 revenue split, which means 88% of the money goes to developers, 12% to developers. This is a lot better than what Steam was offering back in the day, because it was offering 70-30, though it has recently updated that, where if you can get up to 80% if your game makes enough money.
It's a tiered system. Most people will find themselves about 25%, depending on how much you sell. It's like 10 million, 25%. More than that ends up being like, 20%.
So but the other thing that Epic offers is that if you use the Unreal Engine, that 12% that you need to pay them, you don't need to pay that 5% anymore if you're using the Unreal Engine. Right? So it's a really good deal if you're a developer.
Especially a small developer.
Correct. Really great deal for them. Totally. So it's like, cool, this looks great. We were really excited about this because we're thinking anything that's good for developers is going to end up being good for gamers, because at the end of the day, we're going to get, developers who are more sustainable financially. They're making more money in their own pockets, which is good, especially for indie developers who are trying to start up something new. And also for us, it means that we can hopefully get stuff on sale because they've got more margin to play with, right? We get a better deal.
Yeah, not only that, because there's more money to go around, there's more money to go back into the game, to produce more content and to make it hopefully more interesting and all that kind of stuff. So it looked good on all fronts. Not to mention, finally Steam was going to have an actual competitor. Before then it was GOG, but really, like, Steam kind of stood unchallenged.
Yeah, it was really very much a monopoly. Totally. So what's emerged now is that the Epic Games Store has launched, and it's definitely got some problems. So I think first and foremost, let's talk about their approach to reviews. Okay, Steam has user reviews. Epic Games have decided that they're not going to have user reviews on their store.
For now, at least, from what it seems like.
They've said specifically we're not going to do this.
Oh, I see. I'm just saying maybe in the future they will revise this, but for now it's
maybe they'll make every game free on their platform as well.
That's true. It is a very interesting move because one of them, one of the best things about Steam is you are seeing a huge amount of people that have played the game and they are giving their 2 cents,
Correct.
And after if there's like 40 reviews sitting there and they're all saying the game is bad, that's really important information before you spend 20, 30, 40 more on a game,
Epic have said that they're really conscious of things like review bombing. And like toxic reviews and stuff. It's like review bombing is a part of gaming because it's a response that consumers take to developers for doing shitty things.
Sure.
Now sometimes that's unreasonable. Like for example, Tomb Raider recently got review bombed because they discounted the game, okay? Because it wasn't selling particularly well. They put it on sale. People who bought it earlier, like, I'm pissed off now. Okay, fine, sure, but do you really just want, the developers to lose money so that your investment is protected? No, that's unreasonable. The game got review bombed, and that's a shame. But most of the time when there's a review bombing campaign taking place, it's because the developer has done something really shitty, and then the consumers are using the only tool available to them to say, hey, we don't like this. And review bombing is one of those few tools.
Yeah, and I think that there will be times where that does happen, but it's a necessary part of the gamer must have a voice.
Absolutely.
And if there is moments where they're going to misuse that voice, it's a shame. But to take to take it away entirely, that's just battle.
This is America, man. First Amendment rights. This is actually Australia, by the way, but I think
Australia.
I think we have some rights here too.
We have a few rights.
We'll look that up.
Yeah.
$900 dues.
So the review policy thing, I think, is a bit of a deal breaker. I'm not really interested in a platform that doesn't give me the chance to see what a product is like from the perspective of the user. Okay. The other one is the refund policy. Now, Epic Games have said that they're going to have a no questions asked refund policy. Turns out that was bullshit.
Not necessarily bullshit. It's going to be a lot harder than Steam.
Okay, no questions asked is like, here's your refund. Sure. The questions they ask you if you want to get a refund is like, please prove to us that you own your account by like sending us all this personal information, you know, like your fucking credit card you bought it on, when you bought it, other games you might have purchased, your identification, like, you know, your mother's maiden name, you know, your mother's bra size, like all these things.
It's definitely a tactic to make sure that you don't want to have to fucking return it. It's like the Xbox when the whole red ring thing, you got to put it in some shitty box, send it off for 400 weeks. Same thing, you know, they just don't want you to return it. That sucks. That totally sucks.
So the whole, no questions asked refund policy is not true. Steam has a thing where if you play the game for less than 2 hours, you can literally click a button and get a refund. Done. That's easy. No questions asked. Totally. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Epic Games Store does not provide that. So again, that sucks. I am hopeful they'll improve that policy with time.
Totally.
That one is more of a technical issue, rather, or like a sort of they're getting off the ground issue, rather than the whole no reviews thing, which is a policy decision.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be something we can see change in the future. But for now, there's something that seems like it won't be changing. And that is good old exclusive.
Yeah, so, okay, basically, this is really dumb. Essentially, there's a number of developers that have gone through now and taken their games off Steam and are going to be exclusively releasing them on the Epic Games Store. Okay, so we're talking, I've got the whiteboard behind us, lol. Satisfactory from Coffee Stains, Genesis Alpha 1 from Team 17, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw from Double Damage, Ashen from Aurora 44, but that's a timed exclusive, by the way. In fact, so is Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. And Hades, which is from Supergiant, fantastic developer.
Really, really fantastic.
This was never announced before, actually. It's just been announced, and they said we're now going exclusively on the Epic Games.
Yeah, sure.
So that's 5 games already that are exclusive to this platform, or timed exclusive. And, like, we don't want that shit on PC. Like, this is not what we need. We do not want to be forced onto this platform. Like, if they want to offer a really attractive alternative to Steam that draws us onto that platform, cool. But we don't want to have a situation where we have to have both of these sort of installed on our machine because of the exclusives. It's just disappointing that, you know, instead of offering us an attractive platform and that we want to use and sort of like drawing us to it optionally, we're sort of being forced into this platform by way of these exclusives. I just think that's the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah, and I wonder why we're seeing these exclusives pop up on Epic Games. I mean, look, it could very well be because it is a lower percentage, but they would have got that anyway if they had it on Steam and the Epic Games Store. So it kind of, for me, feels like, are they getting is the developer getting incentivized by Epic Games Store in another way? Are they getting maybe like a lump sum payment or a lower percentage?
We don't know if these exclusives exist purely because the developers are looking at the dollars from the revenue split, or if they're getting a big cash bucket from Epic Games. And I suspect it's cash.
Yeah,
because I think, you know, these developers are going to be releasing on a platform that's so small right now compared to Steam, and people really don't like this move either. I can't help but feel that these developers must have gotten some sort of payment from Epic Games to make the game exclusive, because I just don't think the economics line up any other way.
I think it's almost a certainty based on the fact that they don't. They could have their cake and they can have their cake and eat it too. They can have it on the Epic Games Store and on the Steam Store. There's nothing to say that they couldn't have both.
Correct.
So there has to be a reason why they've signed that exclusive agreement with Epic Games.
I just think that, you know, as I said, this is the worst possible way to get people onto your platform. You know, PC gaming is a united community in a sense. Now, I understand we have a launcher for Bethesda games, LoL's, Fallout 76. We have a launcher for Origin, for Ubisoft. Okay, that all sucks. Okay, but I understand in the sense that, like, those companies make their games. It's theirs, right? And it's like, it's fair to me, in my mind, that if they want to choose to put their games on their platforms that they've made, that's their right, that's their choice. But Epic didn't make these games. Like, they're not that. And they're just either paying for it, or they're sort of like, the developers are looking at the dollars and cents and saying, well, we need to be on this platform exclusively. That doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that this is where we need to be going as a PC community, where we need to subdivide ourselves across 7 different platforms simultaneously. I'm all for having the choice. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm really glad the Epic Games Store exists, and I hope it provides true competition to Steam and its monopoly. But I'm not happy to see that competition is being driven through exclusives rather than through, providing a really good feature suite that draw people to that platform.
Although it is bad, there may be some good that comes from it. I know that it is very disappointing to see that this is the route they've gone down. Maybe we will see a real competition between Steam and Epic Games. And in turn, Steam and Epic Games will continue to have to up the amount of value that they're giving on those platforms to a point where the consumer is getting benefited there. And that's true. That can really be a benefit to the gaming industry in general. Now, it is a shame that we are seeing exclusives. I think there was another way to incentivize gamers to use that.
I think there's another way to achieve that objective of better competition between the two,
but
not exclusive.
If the end game is that we are seeing a better product in terms of the both platforms offering more and more things for gamers, that could be a benefit. Now, it is to see exclusives on there sucks, but let's not forget that you don't actually have to pay to download the Epic Games Store. It is a free platform. It would be a completely different thing entirely if you had to pay like $5 a month or something to even have the Epic Games Store.
I know, but it's just annoying to have like 7 different places to play games. Like, just give me one. I understand, as I said, publishers make their own games, but just give me one platform where I can access games. That's
totally,
it. You know what I
hear
mean?
you. I'm just saying, because there's no financial hit to the gamers to download these things, it's not...
And can I just say, this is the wrong time to be doing this as well. Like, the platform is not ready for the prime time. Like, the Epic Games launcher is not feature complete yet. You just look at it and you can see that, right? But at this point, we're now being forced to use this product, if we want to play these games, on a platform that's not ready for that. And I just think that's the wrong timing. It's the wrong approach.
Totally.
It's really soured my sort of reaction to the Epic Games launcher, which initially was really excited. I'm like, this is cool. But now I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not
still excited for it. I logged on and I had a look at it. It is very beta looking, It's very like it's not really. I saw that in the camera, but what is Steam going to do back to this? That's another thing. Like, are they going to start doing exclusives? Is this going to be one of those situations where we just see Steam and Epic Games trying to like gobble up as many big titles as possible, and it divides the community even more because you've got a friend list on Steam, you've got a friend list on Epic Games, and it's just like it feels like it's the console wars all over again.
Correct. I really feel like Steam has to return fire with its own exclusives.
And it has the money to do it, and the IP to do it.
It would be really shitty if we just got caught in between this war between the two, where like they decided that exclusives are the new frontier for PC gaming. Yeah. It's been that way for consoles, and it's been disappointing. I mean, some console exclusives can be good for consoles, but some consoles exclusives are not. They are bad for the consumer. And I reckon if we go down this path with PC games as well, it's just going to end up being bad. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's it, guys.
Discussion today.
The last thing I'll say, though, I do think that we'll see a huge community backlash. I think a lot of people are going to be unhappy about this, and Steam and Epic are going to really learn from this, and I hope that we don't see this in the future, but we will have to see. We'll have to see. But that is it now. And now I'm calling it that is it. Thank you so much. Love you, appreciate you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow, probably with some more news. See you, fam.